So you saw your young date talking to this shorter, much older man.
One guy felt disrespected.
It was very apparent that they were touching.
Then,
What did you do?
I struck him.
the other man felt pain.
He popped me from behind. It sounded like thunder in my ear, and his fist is so big it cut my lip all the way through.
As a result of your bad temper, he had to lose his front teeth.
This is Judge Judy.
Mr. Metcalf, I'm going to start with you, sir. You had a date on the 23rd of June of 2017.
Yes, ma'am.
And it was a new date, relatively new date. What was the date's name?
Emily?
Was this the first date that you had had with her?
Yes, ma'am. That's the first time I'd seen her in quite a long time.
And according to you, she was acting bizarrely that night.
Yes, ma'am.
Approaching other men, approaching other women, complimenting other women, making you feel uncomfortable.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what I get out of this. And at some point, the two of you separated.
Yes, ma'am.
And the next time you saw her, she was engaged in some sort of social discourse with the plaintiff.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me exactly what you saw.
May I start from the beginning?
Not the very beginning.
Okay. Whenever we had left the Uber, I had exited the Uber ride early, hence the advances Emily had made towards the driver. Made me uncomfortable. I asked the driver...
Like what?
She was saying things like, we should go home together. She had touched him and things of that nature.
So it made you feel uncomfortable that
Yes.
she was disrespecting the date.
Yes, ma'am. So
I got it. I sort of laid that out. Keep going.
I exited the car and proceeded down the block. The car made it to its destination, and we met up again and talked. I decided that we should go on with our evening, go ahead and make the best of it. So I stopped to smoke a cigarette. Whenever I turned around, Emily had disappeared again. I had peeked around the corner, and I saw Emily with who is Mr. Miller. At the time, I didn't know who Mr. Miller was.
Okay, you didn't know who he was.
No.
And at what time in the evening was this?
Approximately 12, midnight.
And where had you been before?
We had been on the other side of town and had drinks at a bar together.
So you had been drinking.
Yes, ma'am.
And had your date been drinking?
Yes, ma'am.
So the two of you had been drinking. You peeked around the corner and you saw your date. You're not one of those people, are you? What's your name?
Emily.
You're the date.
Yes.
Okay, good. Stand up.
Yes. Sorry.
I just want to get a comparison of size. Okay, now you can sit down. So you saw your young date talking to this shorter, slimmer, much older man. What exactly were they doing?
Her body pressed against his.
She had her body pressed against his.
Yes, they were. It was very apparent that they were touching. From behind, as I approached, I had no idea, like I said, who Mr. Miller was or his age. I knew his stature, of course. Now, as
Well,
I
you had an
approached-
idea of his stature, sir. Even I can tell that. Even Bird, without his glasses, before he cleans them, can tell that you're much bigger and much heavier than the plaintiff.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. I just want to know, sir, he's pressed against her. Is his back towards you?
Yes, ma'am.
And the front of Emily is facing you.
No, ma'am.
So how did you tell it was Emily?
Well, I knew exactly what she was wearing.
So they were both facing away from you,
Yes, as I approached.
and his back was towards you.
As I approached.
Well, if his back was towards you and they were pressing against each other, was he pressing against her back or her front?
They were side to side, and they were holding each other
I want you to explain that to me. They were holding each other how?
at the hip.
So he had his hands on her hips and she had his hands on his hips.
Yes.
Okay, now you approached from behind him.
Mhm.
And
As I approached, I knew Emily's state of mind.
look here.
Yes, ma'am. I
Don't
knew
tell
Emily's...
me what you knew about anybody's state of mind. You cannot testify to that.
Yes, ma'am.
You can tell me that she had had a few drinks because you witnessed it, but you can't tell me what was in her mind. The both of you had had a few drinks that night. Now, you approached the plaintiff from behind. His hips are being touched by Emily. He is touching Emily's hips with both of his hands, according to you.
One hand.
Oh. Show me exactly how that was. He was holding her with one hand, and what was he doing with the other hand?
It was at his side.
So his hand was down. You know I'm not believing this. You do understand that. You do understand that at my very old, wise age, I'm not believing what you're telling me right now.
I understand.
And I'm the fact finder.
Let's get to the facts.
No, you're not. You're giving me hindsight through the story that you've told through your lawyer for the last 2 years.